Hey guys, I am coming to you with a brow video. A lot of people ask me how I do my brows, and so I just figured I will go ahead and do a video. I'm going to tell you the quick products that I use. They're not quick products, tell you quickly the products that I use. I use Anastasia Beverly Hill's dip down pomade in medium brown. This one is. I also use the double-ended brush, the spoolie, as well as the angle brush. I use LA Girl Pro Concealer. This color is in fawn. However, if I'm going for a highlighted brow, I will use the color Warm Honey. These are kind of like my go-to products. I don't use anything else. I haven't been using anything else for a while. The last thing I use to scope it out with the concealer is a flat concealer brush, and this one is by Morphe, and this is the 410 brush. So let's go ahead and quick get started. I've already taken my brows. I've already brushed them up, but it's just habit before I go ahead and get into it to go ahead and brush them again. Groom them, have them to lay how you like your brows to lay. You don't need a lot of product. Promise you don't need a lot of product. Just a little bit on the end of the brush. Go ahead and start outlining your eyebrow, and you want to use light strokes. You don't want to use it heavy strokes. You don't want to just draw it on, because then you kind of end up looking crazy. So then when I go ahead and outline it, I try to go into the brow to give myself an arch. And then I'll go to the top of the brow and shape it out some more. So you just kind of eyeball it as you sculpt it out. Either keep a little makeup wipe close by, or use your fingers, whatever too. You kind of get that extra product that's hanging around off. So now I got the product I want on there, and I'm going to go ahead and I am going to spoolie this out. So I'm going to brush this out with the spoolie, and just to kind of make it so it's more natural looking, so to speak. So I am just gonna paying special attention or close attention to the front of the eyebrow, beginning of the eyebrow, because you want this to give off a gradient effect. You don't want to have it just sitting there. And then just kind of work your way down the brow. And I always kind of compare the two, because you of course want them both to look the same. But sometimes we always have our off days. So then I go in, I just go ahead and try to examine what's going on around here. And then I go in with the concealer as well as the brush. I just kind of brush a little bit on there. Come on. It's not that difficult. It's just I'm trying not to put a lot of product on here, because when you put a lot on there, it makes it harder for you to blend it out. At least in my experience, that is. So using your brush, you want to go pretty close to the brow line that you've created. And you want to, again, outline it. And then you want to just brush it out. Okay, so keep blending. It's all about blending that concealer out. Now I know y'all seen pictures with people that just put the concealer on their brow, won't blend it out, and don't care. So just a little FYI, the more product you put on your brush, the longer it's going to take you to blend that out. It took me a little longer than it should have, just because I put a little too much on that brush, but it's all good. So now we got the bottom done, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on the brush. Just probably like a dab, literally a dab. And do the same thing for the top. I like to kind of turn the brush sideways when I get to this part, just so I can try to make this line as crisp as possible. Some people do different things, but this is just kind of like what I like to do. Again, you want to blend it out. Some people don't like to scope out the top with the concealer. I don't know, I just feel like it gives you more of a cleaner look. That's just my opinion. To each his own. Everybody does, you know, do what they do. So. And just blend it all the way out. And then go ahead and put a little bit more of a brush effect on the brow. And then we got it done. I use, you don't have to, it's definitely not a mandatory thing, but I kind of like to use this sometimes if I'm in a mood or remember to. Half the time I don't even remember to do it, or like if I'm just trying to do the most. I'll put a little clear type mascara on there, or brush gel, and just brush out the brow a bit, just to kind of give it that more of a natural looking flow, so to speak. And there you have it. We got ourselves a nice little brow, right? Pretty close to the other one. So that's how I do my brows. Any questions, comments, concerns, you can go ahead and leave them down below. Also, I will put a description. I will put the products in the box down below as well. If you got any comments, again, if you got any concerns, if you got any questions, go ahead and leave them below. I'll be happy to speak to you. Go ahead and like the video if you thought it was helpful. Thanks, you guys. Have a good day. Bye.